So last week, my video had a response from Laura McNeil, aka Awesome Lady, and she was concerned as to whether I had had a physical recently. Message received. So before we get into it, I'd like to log in my weight loss. Last week I weighed this week I weigh this. So everything's good, but if you followed me on Instagram, you probably already knew that. So please follow me on the_weekly_melt_off. FYI, I don't just post a picture of my scale every week. Sometimes I have really yummy recipes, and sometimes I have tips and advice that help me throughout the week. So please join. This week I had my physical. I should have done it a long time ago, but we'll get into that later. I have insurance, so I used that to find a place that took my insurance. I called them and I got an appointment the next day. They were nearby, so I just walked there. Hashtag getting your extra steps. They asked me to fill out a patient form online before arriving there, and I literally walked in. 5 minutes later, I was in an exam room. They got my height, weight, blood pressure. The doctor asked me a whole bunch of questions about my health. They asked why I was here today, and I told them that I was starting a massive weight loss. And I told them my diet, I told them my exercise, I told them about intermittent fasting. The doctor thought that was great. I told them about my keto diet. She said that's not so great. Actually, she was kind of wishy-washy about the keto diet, and we'll actually get into that later. So, crazy fact, I told her about my hip that I thought I damaged while running on the treadmill a few years ago, and she asked if it was the front of my hip or the side of my hip. I said the side of my hip. She immediately diagnosed that as gluteal medial tendinopathy. And what it is when you run and you rest and then you feel pain. That is a muscle pain. And what you do is you basically just have to stretch it after you do your exercise or ice it. And if it gets worse, you might just need therapy. So, yay, I might not need to get a hip replacement when I'm 80. They then took my blood to test. They gave me a tetanus shot, and we scheduled another appointment a few days later to look at my blood work and see how it came out. The only negative thing I have to say about the experience is the amount of time I had to wait in the exam room, between waiting for the doctor, waiting for the phlebotomist to show up, waiting for the nurse to give me my tetanus shot. I'm positive I had to wait over an hour, but saying that is not a reason to not go to the doctor. Everyone there was super nice. There was no judgment thrown anywhere. That's one thing I was worried about, specifically because I haven't had a physical or a checkup in a very long time. So I came back a few days later, and they gave me my test results. Literally gave me my test results, and she explained them to me. So here they are. They have it actually pretty comprehensive for a layman to understand, kinda. There's, at the end of them, it says H for above normal, high, L for below normal, low, and N for normal. Looking at the results, a lot of it says N. So overall, I'm pretty good. There are a few things though that stand out. First off, my sugar is good, actually. It tests as normal. So I'm not pre-diabetic. That was a big worry, actually. Of course, you have to worry about diabetes, weighing what I weigh. I'm not anemic, kind of already knew that. One big issue is my cholesterol. And the doctor already knew that I had a keto diet. So what she recommended was to kind of cut out fried foods, which I don't eat, or cut out red meats, which I'm already trying to cut that out as it is. Basically, she recommended cutting out saturated fats, which mostly in terms for me includes butter, heavy cream, cream cheese, which when I heard that, I'm like, no, that's like my life. It's not my life, but it's what makes the keto diet bearable for me. I'm definitely cutting out butter. I'm replacing it with avocado oil, which, man, it's expensive, but I'm gonna try it out. And of course, olive oil. Cheese, I'm gonna limit it. Also, the heavy cream. Man, that just ruins my coffee. I'll try to limit that. Now, the biggest revelation that I got from this appointment is that I have hypothyroidism, which when I heard, I was like, of course I do. Because the thing is, my mom has it, and I think my sister has it. Those of you who have no idea what hypothyroidism is, congratulations. Hypothyroidism is where your thyroid isn't producing enough hormones to regulate your metabolism. So oftentimes you have a very low metabolism. Symptoms of this would be easily gaining weight, hair loss, fatigue, depression, a whole list of symptoms that I may or may not show right here. Because of this, your brain is trying to send down alerts to wake up your thyroid. And the more alerts that are sent down, the more likely you have hypothyroidism. The healthy range is between 0.4 and 4.5. I have 7.9. So yeah, for the rest of my life, I'm gonna have to take these, one a day. It's called levothyroxine. Please comment if I'm saying it weird. Fun facts about hypothyroidism: 4.6% of the US population probably has it. That means about 5 people in 100. So it's not that irregular. Hypothyroidism can also cause problems to women who are trying to get pregnant. It may result in the child having developmental problems. So heck yeah, I'm taking this. About $10 a month for the rest of my life. I'll take it. I have another appointment in 7 weeks to see how this goes. If this doesn't work, it could be something else. I could have a growth on my neck. Who knows? I'm gonna have the benefit of the doubt and think it's just genetic. So in conclusion, I want to talk about one of the pressing questions that I think some of you might have, and it's, why did it take so long for me to get a physical? And I think it's an important question because it probably relates to a lot of you who may be watching this eventually. Well, one of the reasons is because, like most millennials like me, I didn't have insurance for a while. So money was an issue. I didn't think I had any urgent issues. I felt healthy. I was one of those who donated blood, and that was my physical. You know, they take my blood pressure and it looked fine. I'm like, hey, I'm healthy, yeah. More significantly, I was just scared of the answer I might get and the judgment that would ensue. Before I got my final results, I was prepared to do my research, get on my soapbox and have my own personal TED Talk about how you should be going to get your physicals every year and don't do as I do as I say, health at every size, brr, 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 brr. I mean, I typed in the word statistics for obese people who see the doctor, and I might have seen one link for relevant information, and then the rest was all about medical bias for overweight people. Don't get me wrong, actual medical bias against people who are overweight is bad. If you feel sick and you know for sure that it's not because you have gained weight in the last few months and your doctor is not listening to you, he, she, or they suck, and you should go see another doctor. But medical bias against overweight people is not an adequate excuse to just blow off your physicals. This past week is a case in point in exactly why you should get your physical at least once a year. I would have never known that my hip wasn't damaged. I would have kept going on with high cholesterol, and of course I would have never even thought about hypothyroidism. Oh my god, hypothyroidism. Maybe this will work. Anyways, do as I say, don't do as I do. Get your physical. Knowing is so much better than not knowing. I know it's scary, but it's the truth. I want to thank Laura McNeil for commenting last week, without which none of this would have happened. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below. Advice, tips, good juju is always wanted. Follow my Instagram, and stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next week. Maybe this would fix the way I speak.